Welcome to Vishesh Educational Videos. In this video, I'm explaining one of the classical problem of synchronization and also one of the famous problem in operating system, the dining philosopher's problem. If you are not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. To get the notification of my new videos, please click the bell icon. And please don't forget to share my video. So let me begin the explanation of dining philosopher's problem. So to understand the dining philosopher's problem, here I am considering a scenario where I am considering 5 philosophers whose job is to eat and think. Right? Here the philosophers will think, and if they feel hungry, they will eat. They will do these two jobs, thinking and eating. And you can see here, each philosopher is provided with a circular table. That means 5 philosophers is going to share a circular table. You can see the philosophers from P0 to P4 is going to share a circular table, right? And each philosopher is provided with a chair. You can see here 5 chairs are provided for every philosopher, right? Next, in the center of the table, there is a bowl of rice. In the center of the table, you can see there is a bowl of rice. And also, along with that rice, there is a 5 chopsticks. There is a 5 chopsticks. How many 5 chopsticks are there here? 5 chopsticks are provided for 5 philosophers. So this is the arrangement for the dining philosopher problem. Here 5 philosophers are there. Their job is to think and eat. All the philosophers share a circular table, and chair is provided for all the philosophers. So 5 chairs are there, and the bowl of rice is at the center of the table, and along with the rice, 5 chopsticks are provided for the philosophers. 5 chopsticks are provided for the philosopher. This is the arrangement. Now, if a philosophers get hungry to eat the rice, they have to use 2 chopsticks that are adjacent to them. See here, suppose if a philosopher P0 feels hungry, he should use the chopsticks C1 and C0, because C1 and C0 is adjacent to the philosopher. He has to use 2 chopsticks to eat the rice. In the same way, suppose if the P4 philosopher feels hungry, he can use a chopstick C0 and C4. If P3 feels hungry, if philosopher 3 feels hungry, he can use C4 and C3. If P2 feels hungry, he can use C2 and C3. Right? If a P1 feels hungry, philosopher 1 feels hungry, he can use C1 and C2. So, philosophers can use the adjacent chopsticks. Right, guys? So, if they feel hungry, philosophers will use how many chopsticks? 2 chopsticks. Now, so if the philosopher is provided with the 2 chopsticks at the same time, definitely the philosopher can eat the rice. Right? After the philosopher is finished eating, she can release or she can put down the chopsticks and starts thinking again. Right? If a philosopher gets angry, and the philosopher will use the adjacent chopstick, that is 2 chopsticks to eat. Right? If a philosopher is provided with the 2 chopsticks, definitely philosopher will start eating without any problems. After the eating is finished, philosopher will release the 2 chopsticks, because they will use 2 chopsticks, right? That's why philosopher will release the 2 chopsticks, and after eating, philosopher will start thinking again. So this is the scenario. So what is the scenario, guys? I will brief that very quickly. So there are 5 philosophers. Each philosopher and all the philosophers share a circular table, and all the philosopher is provided with a chair, and the table contains the rice of bowl at the center, and each philosopher is provided with the chopstick. How many chopsticks are there? 5 chopsticks are there. Suppose if any philosophers get angry, a philosopher should use 2 chopsticks to eat the rice that is adjacent, that are close to him, that is adjacent chopsticks. Now, so if the 2 chopsticks are provided to the philosopher, he can eat the rice without any problem. So after the eating is completed, philosopher will release those chopsticks. That means philosopher can put down the chopsticks. So after the eating is over, philosopher can start thinking again. So this is the scenario, right, guys? Now, so what is the problem here? So here I have to write an algorithm in such a way that the no philosopher starves. Starves means here every philosopher should get a chance to eat. No philosopher should feel hungry here. So I have to write a algorithm like this. So in such a way that no philosopher starves. That means he should not suffer from hungerness. Right? That means every philosopher should get a chance to eat. Now I have to write a code in such a way that, right, every philosopher get a chance to eat. See. So what is the solution? How I can write an algorithm in such a way that every philosopher get a chance to eat? So one simple solution is to represent each chopstick with a semaphore. So what I am doing here, I am representing each chopstick with a semaphore. So how many chopsticks are there? 5 chopsticks are there. So how many semaphores I need? 5 semaphores I need. You can see here. So chopstick, how many semaphores I am using here? I am using 5 semaphores, that is C0, C1, C2, C3, C4. You can see this is the name. I am using a 5 semaphores for the 5 chopsticks. Right? You know that. What is the initial value of the semaphore? 1. So that's why the initial value of all the semaphore will be 1. If you know more, if you want to know more about the semaphore, you can refer my previous videos. The link is in the description, right? So you know that the initial value of all the semaphore will be 1. See, all the chopsticks are represented in a semaphore. So all the semaphore, all the chopsticks value is 1. You can see chopstick of 5. Getting, guys? Now, if a philosopher wants to use the chopstick, you know that in a semaphore I can use 2 operations, the atomic operations, weight and signal. Weight is going to decrement the value, signal is going to increment the value. Suppose if a philosopher wants to use the chopstick, he will use the weight operation. Suppose if a philosopher wants to release the chopstick, it will philosopher will use the signal operation. Getting, guys? Excuse me. So here, what is the solution here? So I have to represent my each chopstick as a semaphore, right? So each semaphore contains a value 1 initially. Now, if a philosopher wants to use the chopstick, they will execute weight operation. If a philosopher wants to release the chopstick, they will execute signal operation, right? If you have any doubts, please post your doubts in the comment section. Now, so this is the structure of the philosopher I. So this is the code. This code allows us to achieve synchronization. Here, this code works in such a way that every philosopher will get a chance. Now I will explain this. See, to explain this, here this is the code of the philosopher and this is the arrangement. So now I will explain this. See, first I will consider the philosopher P naught. So which philosopher I am considering? You can see the highlighter. I am considering the philosopher P naught. So which are the chopsticks that should be used by a P naught philosopher? You can see C naught and C1 are the chopsticks that are used by a philosopher P naught. Now you will see that whether it is possible for the philosopher to use these chopsticks C naught, C1. Now, so this is the while statement, right? While loop, right? So it is true. That means this loop will always execute without any problems. So what is the first statement in the loop here? That is weight of chopstick of I. So now it will execute the weight of chopstick, right? You know that weight decrements the value. Just remember that. So what is the I value here? That is philosopher is what? Pi. I is what? 0. I is what? 0. Now it will execute chopstick of 0 because what? I value is what? 0. Now chopstick of 0 will be 1. What is the value of chopstick of 0? You can see chopstick of 0, that is C naught, is 1 because initially the value of the chopstick of 0 is 1 only. You know that. Now what is the next statement? But see, along with that weight should decrement the value of chopstick of I, right? So that's why chopstick of 0 will be decremented to 0. Just remember that weight decrements the value. So here chopstick of 0 is equal to 1 means what? So you can use this chopstick because the value is 1. The philosopher P naught can use this chopstick because the value is 1. But along with that, it should decrement the value of the chopsticks to 0. You know that weight decrements. Now what is the next statement? Chopstick of I plus 1 modulus of 5. Next, chopstick of I plus 1 means what? I is what? 0. 0 plus 1 is what? 1. Right? That is 1 modulus 5 is what? 1 modulus 5 will be 1 only. You can see here. So that means what? You now philosopher P naught can use the chopstick C1 also. So philosopher P naught can use C naught also. Philosopher P naught can use chopstick C1 also because you can see here C0 is also 1. C1 is also 1. You can see. See, C0 is also 1. C1 is also 1. Definitely these two chopsticks can be used by the process P naught because the values are 1. But along with that, you know that weight is there. It should decrement the value. Now chopstick of I plus 1 should be decremented to 0. You can see. Right? It is decremented to 0. But the value of C naught and C1 is what? 1, right? So chopsticks can be used by P naught. So P naught will enter into the critical section. So in critical section, P naught can eat for a while because P naught now have the both the chopsticks C naught and C1. You can see here the value is 1, right? That's why. Right? So P naught can use C naught and C1 to eat. Next, after eating is completed, P naught wants to release the chopstick. I told you, right? After the eating is completed, the philosopher should release the chopsticks. Now, to release, it will use signal. To hold, it will use weight. You know that. So, signal of chopstick of I. Signal of chopstick of I is what? 0. So, it will execute signal of chopstick of 0. So signal will what it will do? It will increment the value. So chopstick of 0 becomes what? 1. chopstick of 0 becomes what? 1. You can see here one more important thing. So when the value of chopstick is decremented, the value of chopstick decremented, the value of chopstick of C1 and C1 will become 0, right? That means what? 0 means what? These chopsticks cannot be used by other philosophers. Only P0 should use it because the value is 0. Getting, guys? Getting? So now, after it is used by the P0 to eat, now again I am executing signal, right? That's why the value of the C0 is become 1. That means I released the chopstick, first chopstick C0. But I have to release C1 also. See, I will release C next signal, chopstick of I plus 1 modulus of 5. So it will be executed. So chopstick of I plus 1 means what? Chopstick of 1 will be incremented to 1. So you can see C1 is also incremented to 1. Now what is the meaning of this? C0 and C1 is free. So P0 released the C0 and C1. So it can be used by other process. That is philosopher. Getting, guys? Now, yes. So next, P0 can continue to think after releasing the chopsticks. Getting, guys? I will brief this just to see here. First I will consider the P0. So P0 will execute weight of chopstick of I. So chopstick of 0 will be 1. So you know that the value is 1 here. So along with that it should decrement the value. Now C0 value will become 0. That means C0 is acquired by P0. No other process, no other philosopher can use it. Now it will execute weight of chopstick of I plus 1. That is modulus of I. That is what? So the value will be 1 only. Chopstick of 1 is 1. So you can see here. So chopstick of 1 is, that is C1 is 1. But along with that it should be decremented, right? So that's why C1 value is also becomes 0. That means C0 and C1 both are acquired by P0. No other philosopher can use. So what is the next statement? After the both the chopsticks are available, P0 can eat without any problem. After the eating is completed, it should release the chopsticks. That's why it will execute signal of chopstick of I. That is signal of chopstick of 0. What is the value of signal of chopstick of 0? You know that after the decrementation, the value of C0 is 0. Now again when the signal is executed, signal of chopstick is executed, the value of C0 is again changed to 1. Getting? Now next it will execute signal of chopstick of I plus 1. Chopstick of I plus 1 means chopstick of 1. So again you can see the value of C1 is what? 0. Now the value of C1 should be incremented to 1 because signal is I am executing. You can see the value of C1 is changed to 1. That means now the chopsticks are free. That can be used by the other philosophers. Getting, guys? So now, right? Now I will explain this same code for another process P1. See here. So what is the first statement? So P1 will execute chopstick of I here. So what is the I value here now? I value is changed here. I value is 1 here. Getting, guys? So chopstick of 1 is what? 1. But it should be decremented, right? But it should be decremented. Why it should decrement the value of the chopstick? Because it should not be used by other philosopher. That's why it should decrement the value to 0. You can see C1 value is changed to 0 after the decrement. Getting, guys? So no other philosopher can use the C1 now. Now what is the next statement? Weight of chopstick I plus 1 modulus 5. So what is the I value now? 1 plus 1. That is chopstick of 2. 2 modulus 5 is what? 1 only. Now you can see C1 is 1, but it should decrement the value. Weight, I am using a weight, that's why you can see the value of C2 is decremented to 0. That is, you know that. Now the C1 and C2, both the chopsticks are used by philosopher P1. That's why no other philosophers can use this both the chopsticks C1 and C2. Getting, guys? If it is see, only if it is one value is there, then it can enter, but after the value is 1, but it should decrement also. Just remember that here it decremented the value of C1 and C2. Just remember that C1 and C2 is decremented. See, now what is the next? So obviously P1 can enter into the critical section, so it will eat. After eating is completed, again it should release the lock C1 and C2. Now again the value of C1 is changed to 1, value of C2 is changed to 1. See, so what is the next statement? Signal of chopstick of I, that is signal of chopstick of 1 will be changed to 1. You can see C1 is changed to 1 from 0. Now what is the next statement? Signal of chopstick of I plus 1 modulus 5. I plus 1 means what? 2. So chopstick of 2 should be changed to 1. See, chopstick of C2 is changed to 1. Now what does it mean? C1 and C2 are free. Other philosophers can use. Getting, guys? So this process continues for the remaining philosophers P2, P3, P4. So same procedure, right, can be used for other philosophers also, P2, P3, P4. Getting, guys? It's very simple. So while acquiring the lock, philosopher will execute wait operations. While releasing the lock, it will execute signal operations. Right? So see, I will repeat this just quickly. I will repeat this. See, so I will consider a philosopher P1. For philosopher P1, what are the chopsticks I need? C1 and C2. We will see that. So weight of chopstick of I is what? Chopstick of 1. What is the philosopher here? 1. That's why chopstick of 1 is what? 1 only. Sorry, here 1 only. That's why I can proceed it. I can proceed further, but along with that I have to decrement the value of chopstick of 1. So it will be changed to 0. You can see C1 is changed to 0. Next, weight of chopstick of I plus 1, that is chopstick of 2, will be executed. So what is the value of C2 here? C2 here, sorry. What is the value of C2 here? C2 here is 1. But it should be decremented. It should be decremented because I'm using weight. So see, C2 is also changed to 0. That means these chopsticks are not used by any other philosophers. Now, obviously P1 can eat. After eating in a critical section, after eating is completed, it should release the lock. For that, again it should change the value of C1 and C2 to 1. That's why it executes signal of chopstick of 1. So you can see C1 value is changed to 1. Earlier it was 0, now it is 1. In the same way, a signal of chopstick of I plus 1, that is chopstick of 2. Earlier it was 0, C2. Now see, it is changed to 1. So that means P1 released the chopsticks. Now it can be used by other philosophers. So same process is applied to remaining philosophers. Right, guys? Now this dining philosopher problem, right, will suffer from deadlock. Yes, this is the problem in dining philosopher, right? The dining philosopher problem will suffer from deadlock. So see here how it is. If a philosopher pick one chopstick at a time, suppose if every philosophers pick one chopstick at a time, definitely all the philosopher will be in a deadlock state. For example, you can see here, if P0 pick C0, P1 pick C1, P2 pick C2, P3 pick C3, and P4 pick C4, right? All will be in deadlock state. How means here? So for P4 to use C0, because P4 should use C0 and C4, but P4 can't use C0 because C0 is right. C0 is there with the P0. If a P0 wants to proceed, it can't because P0 wants C1, but C1 is there with the P1. For P2 to proceed, it needs C2. It needs C3. C2 also. C2 is there with the P2, but it needs C3 also, right? But C3 is there with P3. In the same way, if P4 wants to proceed, it needs C0, but C0 is there with P0. So all the other philosophers, right, hold the, right, every philosopher hold the spoon that is needed by the other philosopher. Getting, guys? That's why this problem suffers from a deadlock. Now, what are the solutions to avoid this deadlock in a Dining philosopher problem? So several possible solutions are there. The first solution is you should allow at most 4 philosophers. Instead of 5, you should allow only 4 philosophers at least at that time, right? So one extra chopstick will be there. So it can be used by the other philosophers, so that we can avoid the deadlock. So allow a philosopher to pick up chopstick only if both the chopsticks are available. So in this case, for P0 to eat the rice, it needs C0 and C1. Then only P0 can eat a rice. Otherwise, you should not hold the single chopstick. Only if 2 chopsticks are available, then only it should start eating. In this way, I can avoid the deadlock. This is the second remedy. So what is the third remedy? Means asymmetric solution. Asymmetric solution means you have to use odd numbered philosopher one time, and next you have to use even number philosopher next. That means you should allow P1, that is odd number first. Then if you are using odd number, if you are allowing a P1 philosopher, then you should allow P2. Like that. P1, P2 you should not allow continuously. P1, P2 can't be allocated simultaneously. First odd number, next even number. See, if P0 plus P1, sorry, I will start with the P1. If P1 you allocate for P1, P1 is odd, right? If it is odd, it should it should pick a left chopstick first. So P1 should pick C1 first, and then should pick C2. If it is a P2, it should pick C3 first, because it is a right side chopstick. Then it should pick a left side chopstick, that is C2. Getting, guys? So if it is an odd number, it should pick a left side chopstick first. P1 is a odd means odd. That's why P1 picks left side chopstick C1, then C2. But P2 is even number. First it will pick C3, then it will pick left side C2 first. So remember, if it is even, it should pick right side chopstick first, then left side. If it is odd, it should pick left side chopstick first, then right side chopstick. So this is the third solution. Right, guys? So first solution, you should allow only 4 philosophers. Thereby, at every time one extra chopstick will be available, so philosopher can use to eat. So next, if 2 chopsticks are available, just allow the philosopher to eat. Otherwise, don't allow them. Thereby deadlock will be avoided. And the next solution is to use asymmetric solution. That means I'm not going to allow the philosophers, all the philosophers at a time simultaneously. I'm not allowing. Either I will allow odd numbered philosopher first, or even number philosopher first, or if you allow even number philosopher first, then you should allow odd number philosopher next. Like that you have to use. So that's it, guys. Hope you understood the concept. If you have any doubts, please post your doubts in the comment section. Thank you for watching the video.